for the international arena, it has already started. So we are already in the recruitment drive, and the goal is to get students from both contexts. And so we slated to start the bootcamp for this period between 6th, especially on the phase 1 to 16. I did mention to you that we want to do something throughout the month, because also, like I did mention to you, we are also running other programs and they're involving students. We have partnerships with Microsoft and Canva and the Ministry of Education and other organizations. And so we pipeline this program as part of the engagement. And so we said, even for your engagement with the learners that you're going to be working with, or the students that you're going to be organizing with Justina, it will be important that we give you a time within that frame of time, so that you can engage with them for the coding and the engagement that we are talking about. So I did show my team the slide, and I shared the link with them to go through it, so that they understand exactly who we are looking at and who we are working with. And I did mention to you that there were some questions that I was asked that I wanted to bring at least Justina or some of the members in the committee or in the discussion under STEAMLabs Innovation Academy to this discussion.
Sure.
Yeah, so that is, I think that's how we have framed it. So it is within the confines of STEAMLabs Innovation Academy, which Justina and her team works with, to ensure that it's a successful endeavor, and also ensures that the students that are signing up are legitimate students from our community, and they're legit. We say legit to mean like they are students who we know that you'll be able to commit throughout the program.
Okay.
And just to give you a report, our bootcamp has attracted several students by now. We have already gone out because we don't want to ambush people, so we plan early and to ensure that that was early, and that's where Justina comes in. So Justina, how many students do we have by this moment? Maybe you can tell us.
We are at 80 students as of now.
All right.
Sorry, Justina, you said 80 or 8?
80.
Okay, 80.
Yes.
Okay.
So 80.
Okay.
80.
Yeah, 80.
Yeah, 80 students. And we package it in two ways. So we have 10 to 12, then we have 13 to 18. And 13 are the students that you're looking for. In as much as you said 10 to 15, 13 to 18 are the students in Kenya that are in the engagement and the level where I would like you to engage them on the Code Shujaa engagement. And the rest of the team, the rest of the people are people who are younger. So we fashioned something for them with Minecraft and AI and Canva and AI for that, simple activities. Because we also pipelining a national showcase for a national symposium for AI, and it's being worked on by the Assessment Council of Kenya. It's called Kenya National Assessment Council. So there is that going on, and we are ready for students to engage. So maybe I can go through the questions that came up during the discussion from the team. In our team, we have Gakenya, who is a lawyer, and she's also a legal and compliance person. We have the trainers themselves that are computer science, graduates. And then we have now the program team that is running the communication, the marketing, and so forth. So one of the things was the registration. So you did mention in the slide that we need to go out there to market, and that synergy between you and us, that is Nazli School and Nazli Tech School and STEAMLabs Africa. And so they said, first of all, Felix has a way of making mistakes where I engage you, and then I talk to you about Alicia and Felix. Is it Alicia or Alicia?
Alicia.
Yeah, Alicia and Felix. Yeah, Alicia and Felix. So it becomes the two of us. But usually it should be Nazli Tech School and STEAMLabs Africa. So they said that I need to confirm that. Number two is that when we go out there in the market, then we present STEAMLabs Africa and Nazli Tech School, because they are familiar with STEAMLabs Africa. Then we know that they know us. They know we have been doing the work with the government. We've been working with them for years. So they know you, they know us. And so when we introduce Nazli Tech School, we expect you to meet the standards that we have as an organization. And also we, as a collaboration, we also expected to meet the regulations that you have as an organization. So that needs to be done, and needs to be done as soon as possible so that we can move. So it's sort of an agreement of a partnership that is written and documented in the legal documents within STEAMLabs Africa. And so in case of any individuality, we are all, checking each other and supporting one another. So then again, I talked about marketing. So when we go to the market again, we need to have sort of branding together. So where STEAMLabs Africa, in collaboration with Nazli Tech School, are offering this sort of a program, which is Code Shujaa or whatever it is. We want to, because we said we can amend these things as we go. And we offer this for maybe the first 2 weeks, not actually the entire month. And then after that, now we go out and market and say, this is going to be costly. We don't want to give everything. We're just going to show what is possible in the 2 weeks and show them what they can be able to make. And then we translate that now to also a business opportunity where we can market together with a clear agreement on revenue share and such like things. But we are very serious people. We are already doing the work. We are already marketed. We've already gone out there in the market, but we have not, market. When we say market is our communities have already been engaged, but we have not actually done any marketing collateral because we felt like, and that's why I actually wanted this meet to be on Friday last week, but I think because of ED and all that, it was not possible to happen, and I think there was a communication issues there. So that is some of the things that we talked about. The last thing is about data and registration. Our lawyer said that, Kenya said that it's good that, first of all, because we are engaging with you, we need to have a long-term agreement where there is a procedure of data sharing, because we are registered at a data control and data process in Kenya, so that we don't have a situation where we give out student data to you and, we don't have a data sharing agreement. And so in the process, in case something goes wrong, we are liable in terms of how we engage with you. Yeah, and so the registration was requested to be done by STEAMLabs Africa, and then you facilitate the session and we move together with you in the first stages, and then we advance as we go. What do you think about those areas?
It's clear the ones you first mentioned. Obviously, it's between Nazli Tech School and STEAMLabs, because that would be the official collaboration. Data sharing, I didn't really understand. You mean data sharing as in an agreement of privacy and confidentiality of the student data that we will be receiving from you, or I didn't really get that last part.
Exactly. It's actually about confidentiality. It's about what the data will be used for. It's about protocols of using the data. It's about the safety of the data. And it is what we call data sharing agreement according to the GDPR and also the Kenyan Data Protection Act. So we know from the beginning, when we collect data, it is for what and who is responsible. That way, it's clear, because my lawyers are very specific, and it's because companies have been sued for working with the people in Saudi Arabia, working with people in the US, working with people from China, and such like things. And so student, and like the personal data for under 18s is shared, and then it's put under risk. I mean, like sometimes there is nothing actually, but it's just the legal stuff.
We have
that.
the same legally in our company. Same thing with our kids, our students, when they sign course contracts, their parents sign course contracts. There's always that consent that we have to get, because we need to record sometimes a class or a session and a kid is there, and minors have more of the block confidentiality thing. So we have something similar in our company. It makes sense if you want to be able to understand what we're going to do with the data. That's a legal sense that is okay with our company. Yeah, so I mean, generally everything looks okay until we read it, though, and then we'd have to also pass it to our lawyer in our company as well and see how everything collides and we agree. And then, of course, we can proceed into the next steps of the implementation part, which is the most important part, making sure that the program is successful so we can get good results from it. So then, Felix, what else would you want me to talk of? Like, what would you require me to speak on now in terms of like you've explained to me the marketing. We're also going to do a marketing from Nazli Tech School digitally online for the program, letting people know about it, and perhaps people in Kenya can see it as well, and they would get in touch with your organization because you are the ones in Kenya. And if they have any general questions, they can get in touch with us or you. So what would be the next thing now? Like, you've explained to me everything. It's okay. It makes sense legally. So what's next?
So first, I love now to ask my team to pass on information to you with the data sharing agreement. That's an agreement with you to work together. You pass it through your lawyers or your team, and then from there we are able to go into the work. But it's not like it's delaying anything. That is going to happen concurrently. We also need to immediately. So the first thing is my team, the legal team, will share data sharing agreements. Then number two, we'll move, now that already we have some registrations and we want to move them to more than just that. And we said we'll do some with some students, and then we see what else, what you can do, because we just right now we are doing it for free for 6th to 16th, and I'll come to the content and the engagement around that. The second thing is now marketing. So marketing collateral. These are posters, maybe videos that you might want to do. We'd like you to do a video, maybe to say, welcome to Code Shujaa. This is an engagement about this.
Okay.
Maybe from your trainers, if not you. And, we also do the same. We also share the posters that we will do for invite for Code Shujaa, the other posters that we are also doing, so that it's a one solid program. So the marketing collateral should be
marketing campaigns.
Yes, they must be all together aligned. And then within that, there is posters. There are posts that are going on social media. We need to tag each other, so we need to ensure that you have our social media logins. No logins, handles. I think that's what they are called.
Yeah.
Like STEAMLabs, we are STEAMLabs. That's what we call ourselves. If it is Nazli, we want to know what Nazli is called on social media. But also, you need to be given access to our logo. So if your design team is doing any posters, we have your logo and they have our logo. So we then co-brand together. And so it is clear from the beginning. So we are not just doing something to complete. We want to, it's like a launch. If you're not, we are told you from the first day, it's a launch that is clear that STEAMLabs and Nazli are working together to bring the Code Shujaa program in Kenya. And by the way, we have also students from other countries as well that we work with. So we can say it's Code Shujaa, but because it's a English language, the ones who join also will help us in reaching the other countries. And with that, then we are sorted in terms of marketing campaigns and collaterals, and we need to do that between. Like I said, I wanted it to be done last week. We need to do that between today after this meeting, all the way to 5th of April, so that we can also continue gaining traction. The one thing I do is not just about marketing the program; it's also announcing crucial partnerships. So on that also we'll do some partnership agreement, which not agreement. It's a partnership announcement. Nazli Tech School and STEAMLabs Africa collaborating together. For us, STEAMLabs, we do that. So that's an announcement, partnership announcement, so that even our parents, our teachers know it is not just small things that we are doing. Yeah. So that's on marketing, posters, posts, social media tools, logos, and announcement that needs to be done. Then number 3, now you will be able to work with our learning management team, which is Justina's coordinated team for the event. Now we look at 6 to 16. You don't have to do every day. You said 4 sessions. But I would tell you 4 sessions would not be sufficient if you want the learners to understand doing certain things. But also I don't want you to work for 10 sessions, which is 6 to 16. I would like us to agree on when we'll do what, and when do we give students assignments to go and do, maybe in groups. So that is now the 3rd level, where when the campaigns are going on, when data sharing agreements are being shared, this is what is happening behind the back. The learning management team is agreeing on what is happening. Sorry.
No problem.
On what is happening on the specific day. We can say on 6th we will launch, on 7th we will rest, on 8th we will do a second session, like that. That's what now we can take that step in terms of learning itself. And then after that, we also need to talk about number 4. Now the training has been done, because I don't want to do something then it's in the 17th and we don't know what next. We also need to work about what next after the training. So already when the program is on and the training is happening, you know exactly what will happen after that. That way you are in charge of the conversation, and it's not just another partnership announcement that I did for 2 weeks. We like to do a whole year plan where we know now we can call out people to engage in various ways, or this is what we can do together.
Makes sense. Just a few things. So the whole planning thing you mean is from the 6th of April to the 16th of April. Planning, right? For the program. Okay.
Yes.
And you said 4 sessions, because we can do only 4 sessions. So what we can do is look for something that can be completed in 4 sessions. So based from the presentation I sent you, we'll take something from there. And that's part of the marketing, actually, we're going to be working on that. You said everything you said about marketing makes sense. All is good. We'll get that ready for you. Perhaps by next week, Thursday, we should have some very good samples ready out to share with you on Google Drive and your team, so you can have a look. But before Thursday, today, I can share with you the logo, and then you can share with me the logo, so I can share it with my team so they start working on it. So for the learning part, so the marketing part is okay. For the learning part, 4 sessions. So we have to look at Code Shujaa, the plan, and see from that plan that we gave you, we shared with you and your team, which one can we take from there and just make into 4 sessions that can be completed. And each session with an objective, like you said, for what the student will have to go back and work on. Even if we don't, because there would be what we call an extensibility at the end. Extensibility meaning even when it's completed, there is still room for the student, especially to build their creativity, to add something extra to their software app or game app, so that they can show that thing you mentioned about the synapse or something like that, symposium in Kenya, something that was like you said, a fair. So it can be an extensibility for them to be able to add to their completed work by the 4th session. So I think it's just 4 sessions, but I'm not, we have to see, like, from that program, which thing can we do in 4 sessions that will be part of that, what we said, and it will be entailing everything, but can be done in the 4 sessions. If we need to stretch, which I don't know, because I will have to ask them, it's because all these 1-month simulations are all 4 sessions in our school for different countries that we're doing. Kenya is one of them. You're at the STEAMLabs with us. And then we have Rwanda, and we have Nigeria, we have Malawi. And we want to scale more. We want to involve you, STEAMLab, with other partners that we're doing also in other African countries, because then we have many things to contribute there. So I don't know if we can extend the 4 sessions. And if we can, I don't think we can do anything like 10, of course, if it's a free session. So maybe like 5, if I can talk to the management, 5 sessions. I think 5 sessions can be doable. But the most important thing is we need to make sure it's done by the 5th, like whatever they have to do will be done by the 5th session, or at least before the 5th session, so they have it ready. That was the only thing I wanted to ask. So you mentioned, Felix, you mentioned training. Now that's the part I didn't really get. You said training from between the 6th, the 10th, I think you said. Do you mean like meeting with the teachers? Do you want us to have our own teachers to teach? Is it an online thing, or is it like in Kenya, the teachers will be able to teach these sessions? That's something also I want to know. Do you want it to be run where we teach it, and that would be remote? Of course, that would be online. Or are they going to be able to teach it when we give them the plan, they will just execute it? I would really like it if we can do it with them, because then we can ensure the successful run of all the sessions and make sure like all the objectives are met. But I don't know how, what you want, because it's a free simulation program. If you want us to just give you the resources and then you're able to launch it and do it, okay? Or if you want us to do a simulation and show how it's done, and then they can do it. And if you want us to do it ourselves, then we can also do it. Yeah, that's the kind of questions that I have about the sessions and about the teacher thing. How's it going to work? From our side, we're going to get everything ready, and we're going to break down. Basically, what I'll do now is to go back to the team and take something from the presentation we showed you about Code Shujaa, since it's 4, maximum 5 if they would extend, and then sort of like show you how it's going to be broken down in every session, what will be taught to the students per session, and then what they would do after the session. So that's like a follow-up. And then at the end, at the very end, what they would have ready, and then what they can extend as well from their side. And then they could present, as you mentioned, where you mentioned, in Kenya, which is good, which is more publicity. But then who is going to teach these 4 sessions?
All right. First of all, I thought in my thinking that your team will do the 4 sessions. That's what I thought. And in fact, when you said if it is 4 sessions, yeah, that would be so good.
Yes, we can. We're gonna do it. Yeah, we'll do it.
Because it's the first time it's happening, it will be good for that to happen. And then we can have part of our training team part of that. And also, if it's possible, we can have some teachers who are interested in this engagement who work with us or also join. So that now, after the 4 sessions can be extended to whatever it is. I'm currently working with the Raspberry Pi Foundation, and they have a program that runs for each sessions. Okay. But let me tell you, when you come to the context of the Kenyan teacher, it's not 8 sessions for them. Them it could be even 12 sessions because of the nature of the learners that you are engaging. But in our bootcamp, it's more of a hackathon, so it's rushed. So you don't need to. You can't tell us. It has to be intense, and the children are prepared for that. We run Teams Innovation Week, and it runs for 4 days. So you are exactly right with what you are saying. In the 4 days, you are able to pitch. You are able to. So everything is delivered like that. So it's a Code Shujaa. It's a marathon that works maybe from, let's say, from 6th to Monday. They actually are able to present what they have learned. If they went through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then by Friday they should be able to prepare material. Monday they are able to present. So I hear you on that, and what I need to collaborate with you is we can give you 1 or 2 people to work with you from our team, but then you can actually deliver it because the first time. And you know what, Alicia, we can structure that, for August, for other things when those things happen, and even the school arenas, how we work with them, so that sorry for that.
No problem.
So that happens, and you are able to get something out of the 4 days, whether it's 4 or 5. I think it should be 4. They should be enough if we are looking at a hackathon, and the learners are taken through. They understand. We are also able to pick up the rhythm. The training team from my side who are also part of the program. They are punctual. They are able to attend. They work with you. They help you where they can. They support the learners in the background. So you're able to deliver what you need to deliver. And so we have a product that actually has been entrenched, not just from even support from our team, but also from the teachers that are also joining that kind of engagement, or parents.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then how long is the session? When you say 4 sessions, how long is that session?
Each session is an hour.
All right.
So that would mean 4 hours. And then if we extend, like I said, there would be 5 to 5 hours, then that's how it will be. So each hour they would learn something and complete something that's supposed to be completed fully by the end of the 4th or 5th session. So maybe the first time they would learn how to be able to prompt the AI to get a background picture for their app or game. And then the second session, they would use the code to insert that picture on the background and get it to work. Then the third session would be when they would now insinuate what the function of the game or the app would be. That's the Code Shujaa idea, right? And then the 4th session would be where we debug and check, make sure everything works, at least to some sort of degree for everybody. We need to make sure everybody has something working. And then finally, on the 5th, if we're doing up to the 5th session, what our team does is that even with our students right now is we always go through their codes even after. That's why they do it on Replit, because on Replit, we can go in there and we can check and see what they've done. Sometimes some students want to do it like after at home. They want to like fix the code or check something. So they write little comments in their codes, and we get our team to look at that and write back to them and say, oh, this is why you have this error. Because some parents get very, very nervous and send and say, oh, my child is trying to fix this code and he can't, or and so we always have that extra support to the students, making sure that everybody at least gets something at the end. Nobody's left behind. So yeah, that's what we're gonna make sure from our side, we'll make sure everything works fine. And I'm happy that we're actually running the sessions ourselves, at least. Not that I'm saying people can't run sessions that we can, it's just better if we started this way since we want to promote it. And then with time, everybody would be involved in the session running and everything like that. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. And at the end, we want to see the very highly talented students. And what we do from Nazli Tech is we help these students to funnel them with opportunities for international competitions that they can get into. We will send it to you, of course, Felix STEAMLabs. We'll say this and this student. And that's the kind of information that we need from students, is looking at who was talented, who was hardworking, who was the most creative. And apart from the fact that we also are going to probably have awards for them, which is something I will also talk to you about. We're planning on doing an award for the best student, the most creative student. This is just to motivate them and to also make them feel happy, and the parents also know that they're being rewarded for something. And at the same time, I will tell you, Felix, Alicia Cambo was very blah, blah, blah. We'll have like a report for her. And because of that, we feel she can compete in this competition. And we'll send you the information, the complete information about the competition, so that you can talk to her parents, whether it's an international one, and they can apply for her. That's why I was really hoping that we could have them have portfolios ready, but I don't think that's possible because it's only 4 or 5 sessions. So portfolio would have been nice, because with the portfolio, they can actually sometimes help them in contest. But what I'm thinking, Felix, is just we will award the best student, and that's something we'll discuss with you and your team, Julia, and so on. And then we will also look at the student who's highly competitive and highly has like some sort of possibility in this field. And then we will give you those opportunities that we feel that student can succeed in, based on the ones that we always get sent. We receive in our school. And then you can communicate with the parents from there. And so all this is all part of the program that you can now also, we can do in publicity and say, by the end, this is what happened. So we want the students to get the best out of this program. That's the objective. The final objective is that they get the best out of the program, so that they actually feel that they've learned something and they've earned something at the same time. So that's what we will do from our part. And all that will be ready for you by next week, Thursday, Friday, or maximum Saturday. All that information, including the awards, including the opportunities, what kind, including an example, and the marketing details, our team can all have ready, so that you have an idea, and then you see, properly and understand. And that's exactly what we're coming to offer them. And that's what we will need. And so all this is going to be like recorded, everything will be having, feedback. And that's what we can do, Felix, I think afterwards, to now do the publicity, because people only believe when they see. So yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, actually it ties very well with our hackathon that is loading for August. So it's a preparation that we want to immediately after that boot camp, we can have a conversation about, reaching out to schools and planning even something bigger, which is going to be even in person. It can still be delivered online. Like if Alicia and your team, you are bringing your people for the conference. It's happening in August 6th and 7th. You can come in person, or you can even be available online to run the hackathon. The learners together in one room are able to follow, and those who are online as well can follow. And then we compete within the 2 days or 3 days because the session are 1 hour, so we can still do it in 2 days. Yeah. And so we are able to, have something that is solid and something that schools believe in. So let's do this very well. You are saying Thursday. I will work with Justina to ensure that everything is in watertight, whether it is legal, whether it is marketing, and all the shared folder is tracked to ensure that boxes are being checked, and we can have a checklist. We can have a clear roadmap of what you are doing and what we are doing, and that partnership closure is done. And so we are able to bring this event to a success.
Yeah.
Just if you can tell, this is quite intensive, and we want to compress it maybe in the first week. So the second week we can have a debrief. We had thought of having
Justina is like, yeah, just leave it to me, man. That's why I got everything you're saying. She's just listening. She's like, leave that to me. I'm gonna handle that part. Yeah, she's been listening very, very well.
So like we have a clear roadmap of what each and every partner is doing, and what agreements need to be signed, and what we need to do, even announce the partnership. And so we proceed to to execute with, they say military execution or precision. For me, I say surgical, because it's a matter of life and death. So we have to ensure that nothing is left unattended, and whoever is involved in what, they are able to do what they are required to do to the glory of the event and the completion of what exactly we do. We do day one, we see how it turns out. We just have a debrief of 20 minutes. We move to the day two, we see how it went. Sometimes the learners are spread in terms of strength, in terms of exposure, but we know what we are doing is exposure, and we have a grand thing that can come later on as we launch together and as we continue planning. And let me tell you, we do this for free this time, 4 sessions. We are possible 5. But you must know, Alicia, that I'm not going to do that for free again. So I'm going to be announcing to schools and saying we're having coming up an event. This is how schools can prepare. They can do these activities in their school. And at the end of, by the end of the second term, which is end of July, they have a document, they have worked on a portfolio, the way you are saying, then they can actually come and compete or showcase what they have been able to do. So we move to this knowing that exactly on 17th, we will have done by 10th, but by the end of the boot camp, we know now we are ready to launch for Kenya, the entire country, per region, and prepare them for the big event in August. And move on till we are able to compete. But let's get this right. I will allow Justina to pick her notes and convene the team. I'm here taking care of things on this side. You take care on the other side. We have that shared document where we are feeding everything, even the legal documents, even the marketing materials, maybe folders. One that has Nazli, another one has STEAMLabs, and all of us are able to deliver that.
Okay, and also one more thing I wanted to ask Felix was, how many students are going to be in the class? How many do you think? Because there's 80 in total now, for example. So how would it be? Would it be like maximum 5 students in the group, which wouldn't be enough, because then that would be 5 times 4 sessions, 20 students. How do you think it will run like in a session? Felix? I think he's stuck, Justina. He's stuck in a meme.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead, Justina.
For the classes, the number is growing. Like currently, right now we have like.
Usually, the way we do it.
Oh, he's back. Justina was explaining to me, Felix, about it though. She was explaining, Justina. She was explaining, Felix. She was telling me about the numbers. Now,
the numbers keep on growing, so you can't be sure. At the end of the day, you might even have like 200 plus. So you need to have it. You have to know that the number will keep on growing. You just can't like put it a fix that you're gonna have to.
So would they be, Justina? Would they be like, for why I'm asking is because it's online, right? So, like, how many do you think in a class? Like, how would it be? Would it be just like anybody that are registered go into a session, or because they would be registered, so this and this amount of kids will be in a session? Would it be like 10, 20? I just want to know. And everybody has a computer so that they can be able to go into the Replit. And that's something I will send Felix as well on Thursday as part of what they need to have, right? To sign up on Replit for free and all that stuff. So I just want to know so I can be aware. So is it going to be like 10, 20? How many kids are going to be? So like 10, 20 in the session? Yeah, Felix, go ahead.
Okay. Maybe I can say this. First of all, the groups are two. There is one group for 10 to 12. So those ones will be in another session. The registration Justin is looking at is everyone, but I think they are divided into two. I can check in the form in the next few seconds, and I can tell you how many they are for each and every category. I might need to look for that. But having said that, and even as I wait, as I load that, I don't know if I can get the form. I think that's a different form. This is the way we do our bootcamp is like this. Can't seem to find that form. I will get it from Justina. So the way it is going to happen is that the students, when they come to you, we as STEAMLabs now, the administrative aspect is to group them. So we tell them, you are in a group like this and group like this, you're working together like this, and then we can have breakout rooms. You know, once you give them the task, they can go and complete tasks together. I think that's what we are saying. For example, at the moment, there could be 42 students who are in that.
Now you said something great. You said something that, yeah. He actually said something good. You said something great, Felix, because now I'm thinking and I'm saying that I think one thing we should also add from our side is when we give them the instruction on what to do and we show them, I think we'll have a recorded video where they can access as learners to be able to go, like, you know, because everybody learns in a different pace, right? I can be talking here and this person's going to get it immediately. The other one's not going to get it immediately. So we don't want to leave anybody out. So what we'll do is we'll break the session. Since we're having 4 or 5 sessions, each session will have a video already recorded. Once they come in, we will explain to them what this session is about. We'll show it to them, and then we'll give them breakout rooms where they can go and access the video and work on what they need to do for that session. So that way they can play the video, pause the video, they can do it at home, whatever it is. I mean, after home review. So that way we can make sure nobody is left out. I think that would be very good. What do you think? Because that would be part of the in-person learning and also after learning. Sorry, I just want to put my charger. Because what you were saying, I think it makes sense that way, based on what you were saying, so that we can also, part of the whole teaching them, we also have recorded videos for them for each session. So that's what they will do, like how to get the prompt, to get the background picture, like what I was telling you before. That would be a recorded video for first session, and it will be released for the first session. So once we show them, if somebody is still lost or still not getting it, then we can guide them onto the video where they can, you know, do it on their own in their breakout room. And then we make sure that they've done it. So now that you're saying it, I think that is also something we're going to add to do from our side.
Yeah, and so for us, from our admin team, then it's to package students in their various groups, but also ensure that depending on what we are seeing from the data collected, we can package them in that category. For the purpose of ensuring that we have a mix of talent, and we also we ensure that they are able to help each other in as much as individually they can still watch the videos thereafter. Yeah.
Because videos help a lot. You know, some of the students I was telling you in other African countries, even in university, whenever we did a video for them and we told, like, whenever they had a competition with us, we had one called the synth code. They always said they prefer better when they had pre-recorded videos, because the internet, first of all, sometimes, and also their timing doesn't work, or maybe someone didn't really understand in class. But the recorded videos did really help them, because they could go and play and watch and look and pause and go back. So I think that would help as well. Give them the instructions, show them what they would do, and then now tell them, here's the recorded session. Just make it organized. I think we're going to have a Google Classroom for them, and then we'll get them all into the Google Classroom. We'll add them there so they can go immediately. Session 1, there's the video, there's the objective, there's the task, there's everything. It's all organized. They just need to go and access that, and that's something we're going to show them at the beginning of the session. So that way we can handle, no matter how many the number is, we can handle it.
That's totally okay. In fact, I was already thinking we have the groups, and then through Google Classroom, we already use Google Classroom in our STEAMLabs, and we have a Google Meet, and we are able to. We have Google Meet, and we have also Zoom, in case we wanted to do breakout rooms, and we're able to carry out all those tasks with ease. You know, in case things are required in a certain way, and we'll be able to support the learners with the videos, with the Google folders, within those Google Classroom, so they're able to see everything that they need.
Yeah, that's definitely, and then they would even be assessed. Okay, we'll get everything ready. And then we'll have an example ready on Thursday. The marketing things, our side, we'll get them ready on Thursday, Friday. Like I said, latest, it will be Saturday, but it will be by next week, since we need to start the session going and start everything running. And then you'd have a look at it, Felix, and then we can probably schedule another meeting so we can like go over the final details, see. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's totally okay. I would like to emphasize that we keep checking on each other in as much as we are working behind scenes.
Yeah.
I know you're a nerd yourself, so you understand how to do things in the background. But on Monday, on Tuesday, if you feel like you need to check on us, let us know. If you want to have a quick meeting of 10 minutes, we can do that to just check on where we are. Let's not just be waiting for Thursday. Let's find time to engage. Sometimes I do this I form temporary WhatsApp groups for the moment. If that's comfortable with you, I can also do that.
Yeah,
so that
sure.
Justina and the team and yourself, and if you have any people that want to join, we can be able to pull together and ensure that we are moving on the right direction. If there are any questions that arise, we are able to move quickly.
That makes sense. Yeah, of course. Okay, so get to work. Thank you to Felix. Thank you, Justina. You were bored. But you are the data woman. You're getting all the information. You're the one that's planning the whole thing. So that's great. We're appreciative of that. So we'll get to work, and Felix, feel free to add me please in the group with Justina, yourself, and your team. And my team's gonna get to work, plan everything, and then we'll have it ready for you and your team by Thursday, Friday, latest, like I said, Saturday. But before then, we will be in contact if there's anything. And I think John is also present. John's present.
Hi, John. JP, say hi to us. You can turn your camera, and we want to see your nose.
No, I'm in a very noisy place.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, we can hear the noise. All right. So John is in a noisy. Anyway, that's fine. But John has always been here. He's been the supporting guy with us. He's been doing the thumbs up since. So anyways, Felix, we'll contact each other during the week if there's anything. Let you know. If there's anything, let me know. And yeah, let's work on it. Let's get it done. And let's, again, remember at the end, we want the kids to benefit. And we want the program to run properly. So no relapse. That's what we'll try and plan from our side, the academic aspect and the running aspect, and your team as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The rest of your
nice day.
Well,
yeah, the same to you. Thanks, Justina. Nice to meet you. See you guys soon and talk again very soon. See you guys. Bye-bye.